Hello YouTube, and I am back today bringing you a different kind of video. This is the first kind of video that I am ever doing like this. It is a renovation, and it is going to be two parts. This house is in Sunset Valley and is one of the homes that comes with the base game. And I am renovating this house. It starts off as a one bedroom, one bathroom, and I convert it into like a 3 bathroom or 4 bedroom 3 bath by the end. And it's a really cool house, and you will not believe how it ends up turning out, and you will not believe the difference that I really made in this house. And it ended up looking awesome. I absolutely love the color scheme that I chose with it's sort of like a yellowy type color, and it's really cool. So it's going to be two parts because I wanted to do all of the note editing, because of the fact that I wanted to just show you guys what I was actually doing to renovate this house. I thought it might be a little cooler. So there is so much that I did to this house that it ends up being that's going to end up being two parts, and this and part two is going to be released tomorrow. So I went with sort of like a yellow brick and yellow siding throughout the whole house, and I thought that was a really cool idea. And I was going to do that sort of darker yellow, but I thought that looked like mustard, and it was an absolutely vile color, and I decided not to do that. So this house actually ends up to be massive. You can already see that it is already looking so different. It's almost a completely different house, and it looks so cool. And that's what I like about renovation so much. You can just make a completely different house out of just whatever you want, and it's just I really like doing renovations. So I kept sort of like a tannish kind of look with the whole house, and I put like a lot of sort of little areas that come out, like in the front, on the right hand side. You can see that it comes out and did sort of like a octagonal roof, and I thought it looked kind of cool because it's not normally something that I will put on my houses. So I put a bunch of brick accents on just sort of areas that come out, and on the foundation, I think, like almost all the foundation, and I thought it looked cool. And when you are doing siding, make sure that you take the time to do like the little line that is either on the left side or the right side. It just makes your siding look a lot less blocky, and it just helps it look nicer. So this house originally had no garage, and I sort of added one, and space was an issue. I had to keep it open concept. I forgot about a bathroom on the first floor, and I ended up barely squeezing one in, and I really could not decide on the roof color for this house because I didn't know about the brown at first, but then I finally settled on the brown because I thought it looked awesome. So I am also currently working on a secret project. I will be releasing more information on that when I get back from my vacation all next week. That will be why I am releasing 2 videos in a week, one today and of course one tomorrow. So now we're just sort of doing the stairs. I like the idea that I went with like the metal with the metal railings, and then the blue like the blue post at the bottom. I thought that was kind of different and kind of cool. There are some like I use a lot of different color rugs throughout the whole house, and I thought they were sort of fun. It looked really cool actually. So I'm really glad I used the custom rug, and I thought it looked really cool. So I used sort of like a lot of little, I forgot the name of them, but like giant windows that like come out. Why is it stopping? Okay, never mind. We're gonna go again. Sorry about that. So little things like that, like this thingy, like that I'm editing right now. I hate that word so much. But it was a little tricky to get the roof color to match, but I got it close enough. So I had a sliding glass door, thought leading into what is going to be the kitchen. I love the color scheme that I did with the wood paneling, and also the stone. And I like what I did also with the pavement. I put regular black pavement down, and then I also put a little bit of like the grayish, blackish, dark flagstone, I think it is, whatever it is, terrain paint. You can sort of see it, and I think it ended up looking pretty cool. Just sort of, you can kind of see it, and I thought it looked cool. And then I just went back over it with the regular, like the regular pavement. So in that was the kind of the sidewalk was a kind of like, I went for the same sort of idea with the sidewalk, and then I ended up just repainting that whole area. And I could not figure out what terrain paint they used for the grass. Because it looked kind of weird. And don't be afraid to use terrain paints ever, because terrain paints can really add a lot of detail to your lots, and especially when you're doing landscaping. I don't know, like looking back on it now, I don't know if I like the color of the dirt too much. I would have gone with the light dirt instead and not made it so light, and I would have made it a little bit darker. I ended up changing the upstairs floor plan a little later, because I wanted to have a bathroom upstairs. So I needed a bathroom upstairs, and I took like a sort of like a hideous looking floor, and then I made it look really cool with the creative style tool. Just don't forget to use that, because I made like an absolutely awesome floor with just a creative style tool. So never forget about that. So now we're just going to redo the wallpaper, and I kept the idea of the paneling for the dining room with the dining room. I thought it was a good idea, and sort of brought the classic more Victorian style that the house started out as back into the house. I thought that was sort of a good idea. So also in part 2, I will be showing off what the house ends up looking like, and you will just not believe what the house ends up looking like. It is so awesome what this house ends up looking like. So that little 2 by like 4, I think it is, room over by the bathroom is going to end up being the laundry room. And next week when I get back from my vacation, I'm going to put all of my houses up on the exchange from then going on. Tell me what you guys think I should do. Right now, I am contemplating what to do once The Sims 4 comes out, because of course I'm going to get it, although it is very disappointing from the news that I've recently been hearing about no toddlers and no pools. That's very, very disappointing, and I'm not too impressed with EA right now, but I'm still going to get the game because I'm very, very excited about it. And I think I'm probably going to end up making a new channel, sometimes posting Sims videos on this Sims 3 videos on this channel, and Sims 4 videos on the other channel. So I think that might end up being what I want to do. I don't really know yet, so comment below what you guys think I should do once The Sims 4 comes out, channel-wise, because I don't know what I'm going to do when that happens. Because I am, of course, going to get the game. I normally use that white sink. I don't know why. I think it just looks really cool, and it's not, because all the other like kitchen sinks look like they're industrial sized like restaurant sinks, and it looks stupid. So now we're gonna add in, I think this is the cool looking rug that I added in, or I don't think that might not be yet, but I think that's in part 2 that I officially add that in part 2. So I put a big glass dining room table. Thought it looked really cool. I like the color scheme that I really like the color scheme that I went with the dining room. The color scheme with the whole house is actually really nice. Put a big painting over there. Looks cool, and I always put paintings in my house. If you know me well enough by now, I love paintings for some reason. I just don't know why, because the walls just look bland without them. So I just like to put paintings all over the place. So yesterday and today were my first 2 days of work for the summer, so that means I'm going to start making some moolah so I can buy my computer. The only thing that sucks is that Newegg deleted my shopping cart for some reason, so now I have to go back through and find all the parts again, but that's okay because I have them written down somewhere. I just have to find it. And don't forget to change your ceiling tiles. I think I said that in my last video, but it can really make your house look so much nicer, especially when you're trying to show it off in a YouTube video or whatever. It really makes ends up making your house look a lot nicer. So I went with sort of like the leather looking brown couches and sort of like same theme for the whole living room. I thought it looked really cool, and just don't be afraid to use the creative style tool. It'll look so much better once you have everything matching. Because it really bothers me when nothing matches. I'm also pretty upset that The Sims 4 is not including creative style tool. Well, I am and I'm not. I am because, you know, it was really nice to get everything to match, and you can make some really, really cool patterns and designs, but it's not as disappointing because the Sims 3 one was just absolutely weird and glitchy, and sometimes worked, sometimes didn't, at least on my computer. So I'm using those little square like light thingies by typing in the cheats enable space true, And then by debug, I have a tutorial on that in my channel, so go check out that video to figure out where to get those lights. So and they don't show up when you actually are in live mode, so you don't have to worry about that. So it really just lights up your room without having to use any lamps, which is pretty cool, and they're actually really, really bright, especially when you get the bigger size ones. So now, okay, here we go. Here's the fun sort of colored rug that I added into this. I thought it was like a fun color. I thought it was really cool, and it was different. And it's not normally a color that a lot of people would use. So we're just adding in some details and miscellaneous objects, and now we're gonna go into the laundry room, and we got a few minutes left of this of part 1, and I think we sort of get into the backyard, and I added in a lot of trees for the backyard. I think I did really well on the landscaping. I loved what I did with the with like a lot of trees and adding in a bunch of flowers and plants and everything. I added in a trampoline because I don't normally do that. And I thought it was sort of cool because I don't, just sort of mix things up because I don't normally put one. And, just adding in some detail with some terrain paints. And it sometimes looks a little more realistic when you do change the, like the sharpness of the brush down to like the lowest setting. So I'm just adding some flowers and doing the basic landscaping. And putting some flowers. The front yard looks okay. I don't really know how I feel about the front yard landscaping, especially next to the porch. It looks okay. It's not the best I've done, but it definitely looks okay. So when I add in trees and other things like that, I like to put dirt or at the base of the trees. It just helps it to make a little more realistic and add in a little bit of detail. And I put a lot of different vegetation in the backyard to make it look really thick and sort of like a little woodsy area. Even though it's not really in the woods, I just thought it looked really cool with all the trees. And eventually it was a little bit too busy, so I had to make some of the trees smaller and consolidate on some areas. But I think it looked really cool, especially with the new trees that I got from Monte Vista. That neighborhood came with some cool landscaping trees. So this pretty much wraps up part 1. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.